All of my best ideas tend to come sometime around midnight, or that's when I should be sleeping and I'm just more delusional. Hi, welcome to Walk and Talk with me, Geoff Wilson. Uh, what is this going to be? Basically, I don't always want to write something. Like I write on my website, gwilsonswork.com. Most of what's on there is also on Then It Clicked on Substack or LinkedIn or wherever I feel like posting stuff. And writing is a special thing for me. Like I write a journal to myself quite a lot. I will post a lot of these journals publicly on Substack just to show people what it's like, not to hide anything and to hopefully inspire some, practices for people. And I also like to walk. So I'm kind of like half muffling my voice, but not really right now because I am walking in the neighborhood and it is about 10, 12, 24 in the morning on a Sunday evening in New Zealand. So I'm also walking uphill. Choosing to start this first episode, me walking up the big hill that I live on, maybe not the best way to really get people into this. But hey, if you can hear me breathing, panting, you know I'm doing it. So I really just wanted to have a new channel to think through things, to talk through things, share some reflections, share some tiny joys. Tiny joys was an idea I got from my friend Taylor Ruddle, who's got some of his own podcasts, like Ruddle Me This. You know, just little things that went well. It's kind of like the perfectly cromulent podcast by my friend Nav Rao. So name dropping some friends right off the bat. This is going to be unedited. This is raw and half stream of conscious at times, like I'm doing right now. I don't exactly have a plan, and I don't exactly plan to have a lot of listeners. The way I look at it, it's kind of like sometimes you might find someone you like listening to or someone you like reading, and you do it because you just kind of want to follow along with what's going on with them. Sometimes you might feel potentially alone, wondering if you're the only one who thinks about the things that you do or have the thoughts that you do. Maybe you're just looking for tips on how to tackle something that you are working on right now. Or maybe you've got way too many side projects on. You've got an inbox that you feel like you really should tackle at some point. And you keep creating new projects, kind of like this one. We'll figure it out together is basically what I'm saying. So I encourage you to put on your shoes or bare feet, it's up to you, and come for a walk with me. So I tend to go about 10 minutes is like a very quick one for me. Like just down to a cul-de-sac and back in my neighborhood. Sometimes I'll do a 20-minute loop like I'm doing right here. And a 20-minute loop is probably a good length for this podcast, especially when I'm half rambling. But this is more of my intro episode. I do not plan on editing this. Man, like right there, I just paused for a minute. Like, do I start over? Like, do I re-record everything I've said so far? Because what is this? And that's kind of what got me here. Also, there's a car coming, so this will be the first audio test of how loud it is when a car passes by. Let's find out. Ready? Are you ready with me? Hope you're walking. Hope you're listening. Here's a car. Let's see if my noise cancellation on this microphone works or not. Raw. Uncut. Where was I? Thank you again for being here. If you are, you do you. I was having a feeling today that I just felt all day like I should be doing something. And I've had this feeling for a long time. Now, a lot of it stems with, wanting to pay off the house that we have. Would love a debt-free life where we can, choose to work less. It doesn't everybody. So I get it in my head often, to create a bunch of new things and side projects that could turn into businesses and other avenues. I've got a lot of those on. I switch between them a lot. And I try to warn everybody else about not doing that. The whole do as I say, not as I do. Like I was talking with a friend, Harry, recently, and I'll shout out people like this randomly about, taking on a lot of projects. And the idea for me, I guess, is that it's all about what you're trying to get out of them. If you were wanting, and this is not exactly Harry's case, I'm just talking, but if you want something that becomes your new income stream, which is what a lot of Substack I see is, or, just making courses, I've been there, making podcasts and hope you get ad revenue and all of these passive income approaches. If you do it for that, you're kind of doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else. And you're kind of hoping that good things will come to you in that sense. Like, if I make this, then I'll get some money and whatnot. And I feel like it's hard to maintain motivation that way. It's hard to maintain just clarity and consistency and perseverance. But if you make something to be useful for somebody else, or you make something to be useful for you, that's where I think some of the golden things happen. That's the things that you get proud of. It's the stuff that you want to stick with because you enjoy it intrinsically. You're not needing any extrinsic validation, so validation from other people in terms of how well you're doing or what view counts you have, subscriber numbers, comments, all of that stuff, right? Like, I don't ever personally want to be saying again, smash that like button, follow along. Like, I'm so done with that stuff. So like this, if anybody listens, they do. If they do, if they don't, they don't. It's their choice. It's your choice. And that's what got me here tonight is I wanted to do something. I knew I should have probably been doing much more specific things, things that are more likely to help me out. I mean, heck, there's even some doctor's visits, things that I should organize at some point, checkups and stuff. But the idea of, well, where do I start? And then I just don't. So one of this is I hope I will talk my way out of these things. But instead, I started a podcast because it was 11 p.m. and I wanted to talk about something. I didn't feel like writing it. It took me an hour to kind of look through what do I want to call this, make a little cover art, create it on Substack just to host it from here for now, and figure out a few of the little details like getting my microphone firmware fixed up. And now we're here. Thought probably about 20 minutes in now already. Let me check how long this has been going. Riveting stuff, guys, riveting. Actually, only 8 minutes. Wow. It's probably good for everybody in that case. Especially because I have to kind of be like a streamer and just keep talking. Because I told you I'm not editing. I've had a podcast in the past called the Everyday Experiences Podcast. It's still live. It was all about design in the world, but I haven't felt like continuing that one or merging that into this. And I know in that one of the big lessons I didn't really learn was how to what's the so what of the episode. So as I need to try to get better for this, my so what today, and a lot of these will probably be personal reflections that I will eventually, invite some others along to. So if there's other people who want to go for a walk with me, and virtually or in person, but you have to be walking, that's the whole name of the show, then hearing some reflections from them, some things that have changed in their life and what others might be able to take away from it. I think mine in this case today, in the nature of creating this show at midnight and recording it past midnight, and therefore releasing the first one after midnight, is not everything has to be grand. Not everything has to be super well thought through, really. It could just be done because you want to do it. What if I make one episode and that's it? Hey, I've made something new. And to me, that's more valuable than talking about what I could be doing. I'm trying to have more of a bias to action. And I want to get out. I want to exercise some more. I like walking because it gives me clarity. And get some exercise. It's like instead of going to the gym. And while I was beating myself up today, about what should I do, what should I do, what should I do, this little thing has already made me feel so good. Just knowing I've answered the question that I've had in my head for a few weeks now of, should I make something new? Should I make a new podcast? And now I have. And that's all there needed to be. It didn't need to be anything more. It didn't need to have a business plan or a go-to-market strategy just yet. It's just make the thing. Let it be what it is. Choose something tomorrow. I'm going to try not to scare this bird that makes a lot of noise. Please go away, bird, because you will wake up the entire neighborhood more than me walking around and talking. This is dangerous. I think it's my rambling, so what? There it goes. Wakes up the entire neighborhood more than the guy walking around with a microphone at 12:30 in the morning. So I think that's my so what again. Just don't put pressure on yourself to do more when you don't necessarily need to. Like, take a day off. Trust me, I was taking a day off, but then I kept wanting to do more work. And I kept calling it work. Like, I should apply for this. I should set up that. I should revise this thing. For me. But I looked at it like work. And that's why I was avoiding it. Whereas this was just a hell yes for me. Something that I was like, I've wanted to record something. I wanted to go for a walk. Now I have. So I think I'll cut it there. I've said so what about 3 times now. I've done a big loop around my house. It's about 1 kilometer. We'll find out how this went. Find out what you think about it. But I hope you took a walk, listened in, or subscribed so you can follow along with me next time. And see, I just did it. I did that thing I just said I wouldn't do of saying like and subscribe. No. That's only if you want to walk around with me. But I'll see you next time. I'm sure I'll have a new thought tomorrow. And I probably will be sharing these more often than, or actually probably definitely more often than I share my usual writing that I put a bit more time and effort into. Until then, have a good night.